Hi everyone, welcome back to Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Viktoriya Cole, and today I wanted to talk about a subject that a lot of people struggle with, I think, or at least I struggled with. I remember posting a picture of myself of like a before and after, and a lot of people didn't believe me that that's who I was before. And I'm talking about weight-wise. I was probably like 40 to 50 pounds overweight. And of course, that weight didn't come off right away. I had to work at it, and it took several years. And of course, if you made like a shorter goal, and you worked more intensely towards it, then you could lose that weight a lot quicker. Mine happened kind of over time, and that's why I think a lot of people, when they look back at my picture, they're like, that's you. And so I'm gonna show you my picture like before at one of my heaviest, and I actually think I already lost some weight at that time. I do have like a really heavy picture. I don't know where it is. I mean, my face was just so round. I remember my dad always said, you have to just be lucky, Victoria, because if you gain weight, you gain it everywhere. You gain it, like in your butt, your thighs, your belly, your breast, your arms and everything. So I was just kind of more of a proportional girl. So I looked really, really curvy. But I didn't like that about myself. It was really hard to find jeans that would fit because of my legs, my thighs. It was just so frustrating. I didn't like to wear like tight shirts just because they showed my belly, and it was hard. It was really hard. And to get something different, you have to do something different, and you have to make up that mind to get to that place. And that's when I made up my mind to accept myself for who I am. And by saying that, I don't mean that that I accepted that I was going to be big and I was just going to eat whatever I want. I accepted that, God created me in a certain kind of image, and I had a certain type of body frame. And I looked up, what my healthy BMI is, what would be my healthy weight range for my height and for my body frame. And I started working towards that goal. I know that there are a lot of girls out there, that embrace themselves being, large girls, being really curvy, and that's great. I just think that what's important is that you're healthy, because any excessive weight, if you're obese or overweight, causes a lot of strain on your joints, on your skeletal system, and your body deteriorates a lot quicker. And so I think it's great when a person embraces themselves for who they are. However, if they are not striving to live a healthy lifestyle, I don't know if I would support that person and their decision. However, it is their decision. So, everybody has a life to live. I just know that I want to live my life to the fullest, and I don't want to end up having, major diabetes or heart problems, or any kind of issues in the future, because, your body does deteriorate with age. And whenever you have that excessive weight, it actually deteriorates your body even quicker. A lot of times we see, that thing on the outside, but there are a lot of issues that are going on the inside, like your arteries are getting clogged up. It's hard to breathe. A lot of people have a really hard time sleeping. They have sleep apnea, and some other issues that they face because of that. And so I decided that, I'm going to embrace myself, and I'm not going to look at other people and compare and say, well, I really want to look like her, because the struggle is that we're all different, we're all unique, and we have to work at being the best version of who we are. And I'm actually going to show you a few pictures of my sisters. I do have about, 5 sisters. 6 girls, 6 boys is total in our family. And I know my oldest sister kind of went through that struggle when she was like a teenager, and now she's probably like the skinniest girl in our family, even having kids afterwards. And then it kind of hit me, and I was like the biggest girl in our family, even though we are all kind of curvy. We're not really skinny girls, but it was just sometimes of a struggle, and I'm kind of a goofy personality, so you know, a lot of times people didn't see that I did struggle on the inside about my self-esteem because I was goofy. You know, I would laugh, and I would joke around, and I would play around, and that was just my personality, and I think that kind of got me through a lot of things that I've experienced in life, and just kind of hardships. You know, I kind of covered up my self-esteem issues with laughter, with joking and all that stuff, because there were a lot of times when people said really mean things to me, you know, and didn't understand what I was going through. So my whole story is that I actually went through a major point of my life where I almost was on the verge of anorexia. At 16 years of age, I started exercising daily, like probably an hour and a half to 2 hours. I ate very little. I mean, extreme little. Like it was like a small bowl of cereal with for breakfast, and then for lunch I had like a half of a wheat bread with like cheese and a little bit of vegetables. And then for dinner I had something else very small, and I was going to bed like extremely hungry. Like my body, like my stomach felt like it was glued to the back of my back. And I loved that feeling. Like I was craving that feeling, and it made me feel good. And so I was probably at my lowest weight there. I actually stopped having my period. If you looked at my pictures, my eyes look extremely tired. I looked very drained. I just didn't eat very much, and then my hair kind of started falling off. And I think what concerned me most was when I lost my period, and I'm like, whoa, this is kind of serious, you know. That's kind of concerning to me, because usually girls that lose their period is if they're, you know, kind of malnourished, or they're extreme athletes, which I did work out a lot, but I knew that I didn't, you know, feed myself very much at all. And that whole year, that's kind of what I went through. You know, I had really low weight, and I felt good about myself and all that stuff. And people were telling me, you know, oh, you look great and stuff like that. But I'm like, you don't even know what's going on. You know what I mean? So a lot of people will tell you that you look great and you're struggling, you know, with anorexia or some other issues. And they don't understand that you're actually struggling. And then so the next year it kind of hit me so hard that I actually went into the opposite direction. I actually started binge eating, and within that 1 year I think I gained 40 pounds. And that's huge. That's really huge. It's like my body caught up with me, and it was so tired of being starved that it just caught up with me, and that's exactly how I gained that weight. You know, throughout my teenage years, especially during those times, it was so popular to see like those certain commercials, quick pills, quick diets, machines and all that stuff, and I was probably the first ones to fall for them. I probably tried every one of them just because I felt like I didn't look good and I needed to lose weight. And so I had to hit that kind of a low point in my life where I was really anorexic, and then I gained all this weight, and I didn't like myself. Like I would always wear clothing that would kind of hide. I would try to wear belts to kind of hide my belly. It was just a struggle. It was really hard, especially, you know, European people. They don't have any kind of mercy on you because they're very straightforward people. So a lot of my family members, a lot of relatives, you know, told me that I was big and stuff like that. So it was hard. It was very hard. And so once I made that decision, I, you know, started eating really healthy. I started cutting out a lot of sugars and a lot of carbs. I think that's what really was my problem. I didn't really care for like cupcakes and cakes. What I really liked was chocolate. I liked candy. And then I like bread. I like bread a lot. And so I didn't really even care about protein. So I started, you know, eating more protein, a lot more vegetables. And of course, from time to time, I did allow myself to splurge. you know, like some kind of a dessert or some kind of a treat or ice cream. But, you know, before I used to have like a M&M McFlurry from McDonald's. I would have like a Wendy's milkshake, or Dairy Queen, like those blizzards. And it was just a lot of calories, you know, additional calories that would add up. And eventually you gain all that weight. And so I started subtracting all that stuff. I used to eat at Taco Bell. Now I'm looking back and I'm like, I can't believe I ate at Taco Bell. It's just such gross food. It's just not good for you. And so, you know, I started my weight loss journey, and, you know, I got to where I wanted to be. And I started enjoying life, you know, because I felt good. I slept good. I had energy. My skin was clearer as well because I ate healthier, and there was just a lot of things that started stabilizing. One of my favorite workouts that I started doing was by Chalene Johnson. It was first Turbo Jam, that's what it was called, and now it's Turbo Fire. My favorite now is probably Turbo Fire. You know, it was kind of hard for me to commit to a gym membership because of all the driving. I just felt like it's such a waste of time, you know, having to drive an hour there, having to work out there and then leave and then could take a shower. So I always tried to make it a point to exercise at home. And really, you need minimal amount of equipment. Like, I have a resistance band. I have like a 15-pound, like a keg, I think that's what it's called. I have like a mat, and I have an exercise ball. And even those I don't use a lot. I mostly just do like a video or two, or do kind of my own exercise. Or sometimes when it's a beautiful day, me and my husband will go out for a jog, you know. So you really need minimal amount of equipment. You know, a lot of people make excuses and they don't want to work out because they say, well, I don't have a treadmill, I don't have a bike, I don't have the weights. But honestly, you can just either get up early in the morning or stay up a little bit later and get that workout in, doing some squats and doing little things. Even when I worked at the office job, I remember a lot of my workers poked fun at me because they knew when I was in the bathroom, after I go to the bathroom, wash my hands, I would do like 40 squats. And when they figured it out, they were laughing at me, but I didn't care because honestly, I was sitting in the office for such a long time. And can you imagine if you go, you know, let's say 4 times per that time period, per 8 hours of work, if you go 4 times to the bathroom, and you do 4 squats, that's 160 squats. And so it's not something that you have to do all at once, you know what I mean? But it's little things, just doing it in between. Even if you work an office job, taking a little bit of a break, you know, maybe on a lunch break, eating, and then making sure that you take time to walk around the office or go outside and take a walk. It's not only going to refresh your mind, but it's going to give you that time of exercise that you need for that day. So whatever it is your lifestyle, I just encourage you to adjust and to make the right adjustments so that you can live a healthy lifestyle. Because honestly, it doesn't get easier later on in life, because you have added responsibility. You know, once you kind of pass from singleness and you get married, you have to also consider your partner and make sure that you're in agreement and try to kind of make time for that. Excuse me. And then also, you know, once you have children. So a lot of times, this is interesting, yesterday I've seen I went to Publix and I was picking up a few things, and I saw 2 kids sitting and they had like a karate, like both of them had a karate suit, and it was a little girl and a little boy. The boy was probably like 10 years old and the girl was probably like 7. And their parents walked out, and I knew that their parents were probably in their 30s, and they looked terrible. I mean, terrible. They probably looked 10 years older because of their weight. But the woman was probably 100 pounds overweight. The man was probably 100 pounds overweight. And then the children were following them and they had the karate suits. And I was thinking to myself, it's funny how we are so quick to sign our kids up for an exercise class or do something active, but we ourselves are not good examples. Because guess what? Once they do become teenagers, once they do become adults, they will learn from what you have taught them in your household, meaning the foods that you've bought, and it is in your power to do so. And you know, they're going to look at you and see that you're not working out. So you have to be a good example, not just making it easy and signing a kid up for class so that somebody else will take care of their exercise. You know, make sure that you take time to have like some kind of a day at the park with family. You know, go outside, have a picnic, play some kind of a ball. It doesn't have to be like an intense workout. It could be like, you know, playing soccer or something with your children. And that time of you running around, you'll burn those calories. That's just how it works. And I just encourage you to adjust whatever season that you are in right now. You know, everybody has their load to carry, and whatever it is that you have to do it. Don't prolong it. Don't say, I'll do it Monday. Do it today. Make sure that you write down your goals and take small steps, attainable steps. You know what I mean? A lot of people make really huge goals and give themselves a very short amount of time, and they get very disappointed because it's so strict that their body can't handle it. But just kind of allow yourself to ease into the progress. You know, sometimes a habit takes a while. It takes about 21 days to acquire, and a lot of times your own self will struggle and fight against it. But if you just press on and continue to push through, you know, success will be on the other side, and you'll wake up, you know, a year from now and you'll be 20 pounds lighter, and you'll have more energy, and you'll look younger, and your skin will look great, and you'll just be, you're going to feel great. And whenever you feel great, your family feels great, and you're going to have the good and right attitude. So I just encourage you to stay fit, stay healthy, and as always, create culture and be you. If you have any other questions or concerns about any kind of problems that you might be facing, or any kind of other programs that you may be interested in that I might know of, please list them down below, and I will definitely reply to you. As always, it's also so much fun to talk to you guys about little things that I've learned in my life and some of the things that I've experienced, so that I can better your life by sharing my story. As always, create culture and be you. Love you guys. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.